Hey, what's going on, guys and gals? In this particular video, we're going to be talking about how to take our Wing digital mixer and controlling our studio monitors using the volume control knob for the headphone output jack on the physical Wing itself. Now, I'll be using the rack. Your other mixers, again, all of this, everything is going to be the same. Now, I'll be using Reaper as my DAW, and what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to come to the master track here, and I'm going to click it below. There's a line right here, right there. As you can see where it turns. I click below that. I'm going to add a new hardware output. We want to do this from odd to even. Okay, that's what we want. Remember how these work, odd to even. So now I just put this master track on the master output, or using the master track. I'm using these outputs, 23 and 24, and we're going to go pick those up in Wing Edit in our routing, and we're going to go from there. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump over into Wing Edit. And here we go. Now, the first thing is, guys, there's a lot of different ways you can do this. Okay, myself, I want to hear the changes that I make in Reaper coming through without being here in the Wing Edit software. So every change I make in Reaper, I will hear through my studio monitors. So what do I want to do? I want to take these out of the mains. So all of these inputs that I have coming in to Wing Edit, I've taken out of the mains. Okay? As you can see right here, 23 and 24, everything's out of the mains. So I come over to my auxiliary inputs 1 and 2. Or actually just auxiliary 1, and I'm bringing in my channels here, USB 23 and 24. Remember, we wanted to do this in stereo. If I just did this in mono, then it would be 23. You can see the single signal input meter coming down. But we're going to use it in stereo, and there we have the 2. Okay, so that is my only input coming in to this software, or more importantly, into the Wing. Over here on this master, this all plays a part in this, okay? Because there is a way, shout out to Marshall Thomas, he actually showed me up here on your auxiliary, on your routing for your monitor section. If you take these out of your auxes, where these go into, and it's going to sound confusing, I don't mean to confuse you, but you can actually disconnect that signal coming out of your headphones, okay? So what we're going to do, and that was just a little nugget there on the side, we don't have to be concerned with that. So how do we get that volume knob to control our speakers? It's going to be right here through routing. We're going to come up here and we're going to make sure everything's unlocked. We're going to go to our output. Now, because we have our speakers right here, if we go to our source group and we go to monitor, because I've got the speaker assigned to the first XLR output, the only way that I can control that volume is right here. You see? But this is the simple part. This is what throws everybody. If we come back to the routing and we say, well, you know what? We want that to control the phone left. Well, I'm still going to plug my speaker into that XLR output number 1, which is the headphone jack. Okay? But watch what happens when I reach down now. I'm going to reach down and open up the volume knob for the headphone output on the front of my Wing rack. Watch what happens. You see, that's being done from the volume control knob on the front of the Wing rack. So the headphones, okay, it's going to this speaker because the speaker is on the first XLR output. If I want separate controls, if I want to use my headphones plus my speakers, then I have to set it up differently. If I wanted to use this for my speakers, this is what it would be right here. So now the only way that I'm going to get that audio coming out of these first 2 XLR outputs is to my studio monitors is going to be from this volume knob slider right here. Now, I can also, because this is hooked and going through the mains, I can also adjust this to where I can go to the faceplate of the Wing rack. And now I can actually work off of the main output control knob with that to adjust the volume of my speakers. So that's two different ways that we can actually do this. And again, I've taken it out of the mains here. So whatever changes I make in Reaper, you see this screen could be totally down. And I could be overworking in Reaper. And all the changes or any changes that I make in Reaper is now going to come out of my studio speakers by simply going here, adjusting this with the routing on our outputs, and using our monitor section. Now, I could very well come out of here and go into one of my AES50A or B ports connected to my S16s, or my C port going to my SD8s. I can do whatever I want to. I'm just showing you this for the local because a lot of people are just using their mixers, 24 inputs for their studio. They're running a copper snake in. They're going back to the control room. Everything's a done deal. Okay? So I hope this has helped. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out, and we'll try and get them solved as fast as we can. All right? Take care. God bless. And we are out of here.